Now we're going into decorating. Here we have what they call the flower tip. Now the flower tip is a good way to decorate a cake very quickly. If you want to add flowers with just a standard icing, you can do different colors of flowers. You can do yellow, red, what have you. You can add little pearls in the middle of these flowers to give them a more of an authentic look. Okay. Now, this is a large round tip. You can tell by the size of it, of the tip there. It's a little bigger than a normal round tip. Now this here you can use for pearl drops, as well as little, swoops or writing. You can use it for writing as well, for bigger cakes that need it. This is the small tip. This is more of a kind of an 1/8 of an inch hole. Now this is for fine points, like you want to do little small pearls, or you want to do writing on smaller cakes in intricate designs. Now the leaf tip, you could use this when you do, like, say, roses and stuff like that, and you want to put a little green leaf to it. This is a great way to add a leaf. And I also use these for feathers. Now, I do a certain cake for my family. It's a little big bird cake. And instead of doing little star drops like normal people usually do, I go a little further out and I use this tip here and actually do a feathering of the cake to make it more authentic to the character. Now here, this is a star tip. Now this is a small star tip. And you can do nice little drops for stars. Either do it around the edge or on the sides. This is the larger variety. This one here is about almost 1/4 of an inch to, about 1/4 of an inch big. And this one here will give you a bigger star tip. Now this one here is a very small star tip. Now this is for intricate work on your cakes. It's depending on the size of cake you do, but does the same thing as well. Now this one here you can use for basket weaves, or you can also use it to do the weave here. You do the back and forth weave. It gives a nice flat but beautiful, elegant look, and it's one I like to use. And they all come in different sizes. The flower tip. Now you can do these very simply. And the best way to do this on these cakes is to be practice on this before you go on a cake. And I just use parchment paper to do this. The large tip, as you notice, is big drops. And the more you do it, the better you get. Now you get these little peaks here. You really don't want that to happen. That's why I did these with peaks, to show you what you do. If you do get a peak, you can push it down. Oops, not that hard, but push it down a little bit just to get the peak out. It's easier when it's moist. Okay. You also do little fancy little S's like this around the cake if you like, to kind of give it a nice look. And like I said before, you can use these tips to write on larger cakes, like a half-sheet cake, what have you, to give it more depth, more thickness. Now this one here is a smaller tip. And you get a little smaller little drops here, and these here are great for doing pearls, on wedding cakes, and more intricate look. You can also use this for writing as well for smaller cakes. And here, this is what they call a leaf tip. You can see it's very thin. There's a wide open with kind of a little V on the top of the tip, to make that kind of that little connection, a little vine going down the middle of the leaf. Okay. Now these are star tips. These are, you can use for pretty much anything. You do star drops, or you could do the nice little back and forth technique, which is really simple. I mean, I'll show you later, but you start here and you go back down and up and back down and up, and you get this nice, even looking design. Okay, and this is the larger the tip. This one here, you get a bigger star, as well as you can do this, do a nice little zigzag here as well if you want to do that. It's kind of a rope technique. Okay, Here's this is what they call the close star. It's very tiny, and you get these tiny little star drops, and you get these little tiny little back and forth weave here. It's really intricate. And last but not least, we have a weave tip. Now you can do all sorts of different type of designs or different styles, but this one here, I didn't do a weave here, but you can do a back and forth weave technique, and basically you get this nice, beautiful, elegant lines on top, as well as a nice look on the sides as well. This is your piping bag, okay? You're gonna hold your hand in a C formation like this inside the bag. And you're gonna grab your icing here and slowly push it into the bag, okay? It's kind of a messy job, but hey, that's what we do.